definitely a privilege and honor to address this group. Dexter, you shared with us what has already started from conception. Dr. Hansen talked way over my head, because for me, it's not fully understanding the whole system, but understanding what faith is. And that's something that we've had to rely on, and that is understanding that something does not work, that through faith and unity and communication, you can make it work. What you're seeing here is, as they say, a picture tells 1,000 words. And this is just some pictures of my family. So what I want to share with you today is about my family. I'm a dad, and I have two amazing young boys who are going to be future leaders. And these are boys who I have no restrictions on or expectations as well on what their potential is. They continuously, every day, show me something that just blows my mind. And as you sit there and listen, and whatever your capacity is or your responsibility is, whether it's to crunch numbers or however which way you have an impact, let me tell you, as a parent, early start, early intervention works. My son here, Oscar Antonio, who's now 7 years old, from birth to about, I would say, a year and a half, we started with the therapies. We put him into the intervention system so that we can stimulate him. With the Down syndrome condition that he has, we knew that he was going to be challenged. Not that he wouldn't have the potential, but it would be the delayed potential. So we needed to do everything possible to provide him with that level playing field so that he would have the same opportunities other children at his age would have. That has been an interesting journey, a journey that really grounded us and opened our eyes to a whole community that we didn't have any clue on. We found out that we were pregnant with him, and he was going to have Down syndrome in the first trimester. And from that moment on, from reaching out to the regional center system, family resource centers, and understanding what this whole system is, knowing that as parents is that we don't need to be enabled, we need to be empowered. Our focus has been to provide everything we can for Oscar Antonio to have those same opportunities and hopefully eventually term out of the system so that he doesn't need those services anymore. So a year and a half later, we ended up adopting Diego, and you'll see his pictures as well. And Diego came to us at a year and a half after being in 4 foster homes. And he came with a lot of challenges. Diego has been an amazing godsend. And, but prenatal drugs, severe ear infections. He was really diagnosed to be on the spectrum for autism with some severe delays. So today I'm sharing with you from both sides. Dexter, you talked about a 25% and 75%. Oscar Antonio still is part of that 25%, and he will be for quite some time. But within that, we have pushed, and he has pushed us to not just within ourselves as a family, but ourselves as a community to learn what it is to work within the special needs in this community. The other 75% is Diego, who through that early intervention has turned out of the system. He is now doing amazingly. As a matter of fact, he's offering beyond age-appropriate levels, and he's become a little Mr. Know-it-all. So that's the great balance that we have there. And as a dad, as a father, I'm telling you that I don't have a son with Down syndrome. We actually are a family with Down syndrome. We are a family with special needs, and we're dealing and working within that. So these type of programs do make a difference. And trust me, at any point, and most all you know how to reach me, there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of concerns. Early intervention should never have been cut, but it did, and it was, and it affected a lot of people, a lot of children. So we need to fix that. We need to correct it, because that is our future. Dr. Weber, which truly appreciate this opportunity to address that, said something that I think really resonated, and that is, let's not do what's politically correct. Let's do what is correct. Our goal as a family is really to give back, to be citizens. We live in the greatest country in the world, and we live in the greatest state within that country. We are the leaders, but to maintain that leadership, we have to invest into our children. Every day, 10,000 people are reaching the age of 65. What does that tell us about us as a community is that our investment is at this level. Early intervention, as Tony said, has to be put back. And not only put back to its full force, but enhanced to really meet its full applications. We recently participated in another forum. A young man with cerebral palsy, his name is Austin, early 20s. Very impressive, wheelchair bound, was up and he shared some thoughts. And I called them Austin-isms. And Austin-isms are really some of his sayings that he, and I only wrote down 3 that really just kind of stuck with me and resonated. And each one of these sayings can in essence be a full book that we all can learn and be engaged with. One of them is saying that life is not meant to be an individual sport. And it's not. You know, we're all our individuals and we're all our unique individuals, but we need community. We need to work together and we need to support each other. The other is, he's saying from consumer to contributor. And that's our perspective as a family. We are consumers and we need that. We need that support. It's hard for me to guide my family through the right, hills and valleys and so forth, but we're doing it. But without this support, I wouldn't know where to start, where to go. Family Resource Center, I love you guys. I mean, you guys were the only neon light out there in the darkness saying, there is hope, there is a direction, we can make a difference, here's how to do it. That's all we needed as a family to say, show us the course. The other awesome ism is that life is not what is available, but what is possible. The possibilities of early intervention is an equation. It's the very first part of that equation that without early intervention in that mix, you're not going to have the results. We need that as a common denominator. So that's it. And this is my family, and look forward to